Did you know that in the Bible the word faith is the noun and the word believe is the verb? Hi, I'm Clarence. I'm the preacher. In the Bible, those Christians that excel are people of action. They are people that get up and do the will of God, not just have an academic position about it. Now, sure, you want to have an academic idea, but it's not enough just to think. Even the demons believe and tremble. What you want is that idea that says, I'm going to get up and move. It's an idea where you're motivated to take action. Hebrews 11:6 says that without faith it is impossible to please God, but that He's a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. And there's your action again, that diligently seeking the face of God. It's one thing to say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and that is a great verse, Philippians 4:13. But it's a rare individual who will actually move upon that profession. So it's one thing to profess that faith, but it's another thing to have the action of that faith and actually go forward and do things. I mean, God can do things through us that we haven't even imagined, according to Ephesians 3:20. And yet most Christians seem to sit around like knots on a log, knots on a pew may be a better analogy, not doing much of anything. Well, honestly, you can't get some of them even sing a song in a congregation. If you don't have the faith to open your mouth and sing a song and participate in local worship, how hard do you think they're fighting the battle out there in their local community? Oh, sure, they've got it up here between their ears. They have good intentions, but until the actions follow through, God's not impressed. God calls that lukewarm. So one of the things we want to understand about Christianity is there is fear. Absolutely. That's one of the things the Bible deals with. And we want to learn to understand that the greatest things in Christianity are on the other side of our fear. And when you have the courage like Paul to say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and then you get up and pursue those things, wow, that's where the good stuff is. It's in the endurance, it's in the struggle, it's in staying with it until you come out on the other side. Unfortunately, Americans have gotten pretty lazy. This is no longer the greatest generation, that World War II generation. This is the me, snowflake, crybaby generation. And if they can't get their results in a few minutes, a day or two at most, they're done trying. And accomplishments of significance take effort and time and patience, and it is on the other side of all of that struggle that you get the wonderful blessings and the gifts that you're looking for. So to use a recent statistic, I think this is just a couple of years old, but over 50% of college students, over 50%, it was almost 60% of college students never get their degree. Now think about that a second. You have kids graduating high school, probably because mom and daddy said you're going to, send them off to college, and almost 60% fail to hang in there to get a college degree. And I'm thinking, you get some of those degrees in 2 years. Maybe on average it's 4 years, you're going to be a doctor, it's going to be a little bit longer. But we've got 60% of the population that can't even hang in there and get their degree. And yet many of these same people are professing to be people of faith. And if they can't even get an academic, a secular education, what do you think the odds are of them really getting out there and being soldiers of Christ that rise and put their armor on and they carry the battle into the camp of the enemy? Our underlying problem here is a lack of belief. Oh, sure, we believe historically that the Bible is correct. Historically, we think Jesus was there, and historically, we think the apostles were real good guys. But that's not the kind of belief that we're talking about. We want that belief that is active, that gets us up off the couch, out away from in front of the TV, away from too much social media. A little bit of social media is okay, but too much of it, just vegging out, getting caught in the vortex, the endless scrolling and scrolling and scrolling forever and ever. We want to get away from that and get out and do something really, really productive for the kingdom of God. But we have to believe in ourselves, and there is no substitute for that. If a person doesn't believe in himself or herself, there's nothing anyone can do. You're going to have 100 people believe in that person. and tell that person that they're capable and able and they've got the ability and the talent. And as long as that person does not believe it, they're stuck. They're stuck in a really, really ugly, hard place. Not even God himself can substitute belief for them. Now, God created them. He knows what talent that man or woman has. But until that man or woman accepts it themselves, they're stuck in a really dark, ugly place, and that's no good. So you get out there and you fight the good fight. Now, when you get out there, it gets tough. And that's what people are afraid of. No, you got to learn to take your licks. You got to learn to take a punch, get back up and keep going. Fall down 7 times, get up 8, keep on going. You go, yeah, but what about the critics? Yeah, what about them? Ignore them. You know, most of the critics, you really don't even have to engage. Most of the critics are in here in your imagination. Now, yes, you are going to run into a critic now and then who wants to stand nose to nose with you and give you a hard time, in which case, learn to be a man, learn to be a woman. Stand up and stand in the battle and do what Jesus would have you do. But don't let the imaginary critics keep you on the couch, keep you lukewarm, keep you spewed out. You be that unrelenting personality, that unrelenting soldier of Christ that says, I joined to fight the fight. I'm not sitting back in the barracks. I'm going out to fight. That attitude is unstoppable. So put your comments below. Share your thoughts and your ideas. Share this video if you think it'd help nudge somebody along a little bit. And as always, I hope you have a great day.